Oilers, you got a great offense with Connor McDavid. So I have them sweeping them.
Yeah, well, I don't think you heard my point. The San Francisco Giants have 3 more in the 2010s than the Rangers have in their entire history. So, yeah.
It's hard to get back and to get back-to-back wins. And I don't see the Lightning doing it here, so I have them losing to the Hurricanes in 6.
We don't talk about the 2010s because the 2010s had the Astros. And if the Astros didn't happen, the Yankees would have won in 2017 with the Dodgers.
He was close to Frank Reich, and they want Frank Reich back, so that's what they got. It's their discount Frank Reich.
Kaprizov and the rest of this crew, Jordan Greenway, who doesn't get enough props. He definitely is somebody who needs to be mentioned more.
Hi, this is Julie Dobbs. You're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. We've talked about this team before, and the man that roots for this team, Austin.
Yeah, this has been a weird season for Judge. The first month of the year, he was utterly horrible. Could not hit. Was struggling. And then ever since the first month ended, he's been by far the best player in baseball. Hitting practically 350 with a lot of homers. He's been walked more than he ever has in his career. Not in a total amount by walk percentage, though. He's been walked a crazy amount. And it just seems like people are treating him like kind of a Barry Bonds figure. He's been intentionally walked more than anyone else in the majors. He's been walked more than anybody else in the majors. Just to put it in perspective, in 2022, he led the league in walks, with 111. Okay, and I was in 157 games. He's played in 117 games, and he has 98 walks this year. He should skyrocket past that number that he set in the year that he broke the home run record. That's why I bring up 2022. So he's being walked an ungodly amount. His on-base percentage has risen all the way up to 462, Kevin. Again, Bonds-esque numbers. His OPS plus is 219. It's been crazy. This is the first time in his career that he's led the league in intentional walks. At least he's doing that right now. He probably will by the end of the season as well. And again, they're treating him more of a threat now than when he was when he had the best home run season in American League history.
Yeah, and that's something I wanted to bring up as I was looking at this year's. His batting average is better. It's 328 versus 311 when he did have that MVP year with 62 home runs. And to talk about that, so we'll get to the Rangers because that connects directly to Bonds given the manager. But in this article from CBS Sports, it was talked about Judge was the first player to be intentionally walked with the bases empty in the first two innings of a game since the then California Angels intentionally walked Glenn Borgman. The difference was Borgman was a catcher with the Twins, and they brought him to the plate so they would face the pitcher. Judge is getting walked, so they face the 4-6 hitters. Any other hitter but Judge, and you have Soto ahead of him. So to me, it is out of respect for Judge, and I would say a little disrespect towards the Yankees. As we talked about in the Yankees' trouble, is just people not judging Soto.
Yeah, and I mean, it did work for the Yankees yesterday. Judge was intentionally walked to put two guys on and then stand hit a homer. So it can't happen, and it needs to happen more for them not to walk Judge and just let Judge be Judge. But do we think we see this more? Do you think that Judge skyrockets past everybody in walks and intentional walks and has an extremely high Bonds-esque on base percentage?
It's a good question. I'm going to say no because I think the Yankees are going to not let this go on. I'm wondering if we see...
What do you mean by not let this go on?
I think they're going to change the lineup if it keeps happening. And I'm wondering if they move Soto behind Judge. So
the whole point is that Judge is more the home run hitter and that Soto you want to get on base.
Yeah. But I think it would be because the problem with this is, I would say from the Yankees perspective is you want people on base for Judge because he is the best hitter. He's having an MVP year, and it helps the team that is currently fighting for the lead spot with the Orioles. I believe they're tied.
Yeah, right now they are. I don't think they're going to change the lineup between Judge and Soto, mainly because Judge and Soto are the only two players in the American League with an on-base percentage above 400. And Soto has a 429 on-base percentage and Judge has a 462. I don't know if that's the problem. I think the problem's everybody else.
Yeah, the problem is everyone else. So either I think they get better, I think the Yankees will trust that they get better, and they'll move someone behind Judge to where guys
Well, I
can't
mean, there's
just put Judge
the
on
guy they
base.
have behind Judge right now is Stanton. I think that's the only guy you could really have to scare some people off. He's having a better year than he did last year, which is definitely good. But if you look at all the MLB, there's only two guys above 400 on base percentage, and it's Soto and Judge. And again, Soto's at 429. The next closest is 396, Jurickson Profar.
So I'm going to say it doesn't happen. I will say, though, into an opposition to my point. So in the article from the New York Times / The Athletic, the Bonds treatment, one of the architects, as the article says, was Bruce Bochy, and Bruce Bochy was the guy that walked Judge. And then Stanton hit that homer you were talking about. So it talks about, the article mentions during the next two seasons, Bochy issued 23 intentional walks to Bonds, more than any other club each year. And then by 2004, the rest of the sport caught on. So this could be the start of the Bonds treatment, and I think it could escalate next year. But I'm going to say it doesn't escalate, given it looks like Stanton is healthy, and I do think the Yankees would change their lineup if it keeps happening.
I don't think they would. I think even if they did, it wouldn't change the fact that that's how they would play Judge.
Okay. So you think it keeps going on?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless Judge starts to play horrible. It would be a Judge problem. I don't think it's going to be a team like the opponent problem. I think the opponents are going to continue to do it no matter anything Judge does unless he's bad.
Mm-hmm. All right. How do you feel this affects the Yankees?
Gives everyone else on the team the chance to step up. There's going to be a guy on base a lot of times when he's up there, and we just have to capitalize. They're giving us a free pass, a free on base. Judge has struggled with strikeouts at some points during his career, and that's not a worry when he's getting intentionally walked. So it's not all negatives, even though I'd much rather Judge bat than not.
Okay, so it does give an opportunity to players to step up and makes it easier if the players take that chance. The teams are betting. There's probably analytics behind it that we have a better chance with just ignoring Judge, basically with the Bonds treatment. So I would say it negatively affects them, even though the Yankees are doing well. They're in the top spot, tied for the top spot in a playoff spot. But it's something that you have to think about. Do you think we'll see this in the playoffs?
Yes. If it's some sort of thing that can help teams beat the Yankees, I don't see why it wouldn't continue. Now, if the Yankees start to play better around Judge, then no. But if it's a Judge versus the world, like it has been a large portion of this season, along with Soto, obviously, then I do think it continues to happen no matter how far we go in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that would negatively impact the Yankees if the players don't take advantage of that. And I think that's got to be in the mind of Aaron Boone. But we'll just have to see how this goes on and if guys start taking advantage of it like Stanton did against the Rangers.
Yeah, it's important that Stanton or any other guy who's behind Judge starts to step up.
And that's kind of been the problem in recent years with Judge and the Yankees, is just everyone around Judge. When they had a great start when everyone else was playing well, and then they fell later in the season. In 2022, actually. That was the year.
Yeah.
And then players started struggling. So we'll have to see if the Yankees can do the opposite of that. But that's all I got. I'll let you close this episode out.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Do you think the Judge will continue to be intentionally walked throughout the rest of the year in the playoffs, or will either the Yankees step up or Judge fall back down to earth? Thank you for listening.